Alrighty guys, well, we're back to the racer. If you notice, it's definitely different. There's the gas tank that was going to be in there. I'm going with a snowblower gas tank, like I said in the previous video. I'm going to use this snowmobile electrical harness because it works perfectly. It's not going to have any what the fucks inside of it. You know, it's all going to be stock, hopefully. And, well, it should appear as stock, I'm hoping. If not, then, well, I'm going to be considered fucked. But all the body work has been fixed. And still going to be an FX class, but decided I'm going to use my big block 16. I'm sorry about the wind, if there is any. I'm using my fan, it's kind of toasty out today. You can see just how exactly I did my exhaust. It's all original exhaust tubing, except it's hack job welded. Still got a lot of shit to do. In fact, I'm thinking about maybe going with a different exhaust. But it's running an NGK spark plug, not that you'd know it. It's kind of crappy looking. And I've pulled off the tin. This would have gone right around here just so I can look at it, and it looks like it was kind of oily. Probably from, I don't know, previous owner fuck-ups, maybe? I don't know. Definitely going to be a good engine, for sure. Did drain the oil. And I believe there may be a leak somewhere, because I don't remember that much being spilled. Ah, shit. I'm trying to save as much of that oil as I can. I really want to. Shaft, and of course I got my pull start rope for the just in case. Emergencies. I will put a pull start on it, so that's all good. But the clearance is really tight. Here's another reason I've decided to stick with this motor. One, I've already done some performance mods, which was off camera, mainly just cleaning in some of the exhaust port areas, like real sharp edges. I sort of took the edge off, and down in the intake area, definitely took some of them edges off camera, of course, because I had pulled the valves out and everything. And pretty much electrical's all there. Throttle. I'm not going to be using this throttle plate, but definitely going to be using the kill system with it. This thing's dirty. Definitely going to pressure wash this fucking block. And crank. I'm going to ship this crankshaft out so I can go, so it can be refabbed for, you guessed it, synchro balancer removing. Once the synchro balancer is removed, it's so much nicer. Oh, and I've also decided I'm going to use a NGK spark plug cap. Fits so much nicer. I mean, that is a whole lot better than, well, this chintzy shit. And with this, I can just, if I have to shut it off, I can just grab it and not get electrocuted, hopefully. It shouldn't be too hard to work with, that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm always been hoping. And hell, if I have to, I can, like, oh good, I got like a little rubber grommet thingy for it. Yeah, right here, a little grommet. I can just, yoop, and then that just goes, yoop. So yeah, pretty much what I'm at. I'm going to be using this 16 horse. Starter's got the metal starter gear, so that's no big deal. Here, I'm going to move my tin. Oop! Jesus, fuck, this thing's heavy, and I'm trying hard not to scratch up this countertop. Whew. Damn, that's purty. Definitely purty. Ew, that's what was on the crankshaft around the seal area because I had used that weird little spacer. Pretty sure there's a hole in my jug. Damn it. Oh, and the reason I was thinking on going with a different exhaust is I'm thinking on maybe making a staged exhaust. Something that maybe involves this pipe. It'll probably be in there like that, but it'll go on like this. And I'm thinking if I do it right, I can actually just weld it on one area, and what it'll do is it'll pull in air, creating an awesome ass sound. So I have seen it done, and it does sound amazing when it's done right. But I'm probably going to end up cutting this bend out and cutting all this bullshit out because I don't need it. Probably end up cutting it here and here so that way I can, you know, then just grind it and shape it and whatnot. But the oil did in fact look amazing. As for a carburetor, I'm going to modify this LMT. Boring does not really need to be bored, but I can go get one if I need to. But the only thing I'm really going to do... Ooh, yay, solenoid's still loose. Yeah, I had this carb apart and I was a little displeased, but yeah. Solenoid, chop the little plunger, then you pull off the float bowl to see in there that it's pretty yucky. That's some nasty shit. But I'll remove that limiter fucking thing. That thing's bullshit. And where's my other carb? Well, I have lots of carburetors laying around, but probably gonna be here we are. Oh damn, this one doesn't have the nut, but it's basically a nut that accommodates these little screws, these little adjuster screws, mainly on the 3 and 5 horsepower motors. 3, 2, 5, older ones especially, but it should be awesome. So all I gotta do is get one of them little things that screws in, and then once that's done, I can then go and get a high side adjustment for like one of these little Walbro carbs. Yes, this is a new motor. You'll see it in the video before this. Should have. Once that's done, I'm just gonna eventually get a lot of this work done, but it's gonna be a bit of a pain in the ass right now. I'm kind of low on fundage. And here's my carburetor manifold. You can see that plate that I made. Probably just gonna sell this to a guy on YouTube, or not YouTube, Facebook, because he might need one of the, well, this adapter and a lot of these carburetors. I know, for instance, this carburetor has already been prepped for a lawnmower engine. I've already done the prep work internal, so it should be alright. But I'm going to stick with my intake, this carburetor, which is still good. I'm not going to remove the choke. Quite frankly, I like the choke. It's a whole lot better because you can choke them. No pun intended. But might get a new float bowl. I don't know. This thing doesn't look too bad. It's mainly just grime. Well, anyways, video's starting to drag on, so we'll catch you later.